What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and yesterday, in yesterday's first video, I covered a YouTuber who went missing back on April 15th while in Ukraine and providing, let's say, opinions on the Ukrainian regime. It's been claimed that he was spreading propaganda. And just like yesterday's video, many of you reached out to me from both quote unquote sides, and I'm gonna try to remain neutral here. I didn't consume his many hours long live streams and every bit of information that he had said. So I'm not going to comment one way or another on whether or not the guy was a puppet or if he was speaking genuinely or what the case was. My interest in it was really, I knew him from back in his days as Coach Red Pill, where he gave cringy, super alpha giga chad, dating advice, from a large empty room. That was my extent of interaction with him. I comment on this as he is a YouTuber who was the subject of, a negative hit piece or if it's on the Daily Beast, I can assume that it's politically driven and not fact-based. And then he disappeared. Obviously times of conflict are extraordinarily hard for most of us to really fathom. But I guess I am happy to report that he is alive. He has reappeared on the internet minutes after me publishing my video. Timing probably unrelated. Some people think it is, but I don't. And he's making some wild claims. Hey, this reminds me, by the way, given the topic of this and, using the internet anonymously and keeping your location anonymous, don't forget to pick up those VPNs. The one I use is private internet access. This is like an informal reminder. They've got it's 82% off right now. I have it on my phone, my tablets, all of my PCs, my laptops. You get up to 10 devices on it. You can browse anonymously. You can access region-locked content, which is a lot of interesting stuff once you start digging around. They have a strict no logs policy. It's 100% open source. It's super easy to configure. It's Friday. If you're watching this on Friday, if you haven't yet, pick up a VPN, and I'll leave their discount code in the pinned comment down below. It's like 82% off, so don't forget. Now, the original piece was how a sleazy American dating coach became a pro-Putin shill in Ukraine. He peddled very bile, toxic relationship advice within a subculture populated by MRAs and incels while living in Ukraine. Then the invasion started. I actually don't necessarily disagree with the first part of this. I don't think he gave good advice to men. I think his advice to men was coming from a position of a man that hates women, and that had been deeply scorned by one. And I know that, there's a lot of dislikes and people were mad. I know he's got a lot of fans in Russia, okay? I hear you. I know I have viewers in Russia too. But if you don't believe me, watch his old dating videos, okay? And then ask yourself if it's, this isn't about his political content. Anyway, so this piece comes out. Then the YouTuber puts out a video saying, hey, this particular piece, because they went and contacted the Ukrainian government, they admit it in this piece. So Gonzalo claimed that if something happened to him, this would be the piece that did it. Now, I would argue that may have put a larger target on him, but literally like criticizing your own regime. And let's be very clear, the Ukraine, look at how American media, let me just say this, okay? Again, I'm not a geopolitics expert, but I do know some things. Look at how the U.S. media reported about the Ukrainian government before this. It is widely known as one of the most corrupt on the planet, one of the most corrupt in Europe, okay? So let's pump the brakes, okay? I don't think Russia should be invading, but I'm not going to say, well, because these are two things I don't like, I'm just have to automatically side with the other one in a blind, sheepish way. But so they contact his government, and he believed that's what put him on a list. Very possible. There are some, and I talked about in yesterday's video, to that his friend literally said, "Oh yeah, he was, bad things were done to him, and then he was dispatched." Well, that is not true. It was weird. I have to go back to think of hopefully the wording was something like, "Hey, I fear this is what has happened to him." But if I remember it correctly, it basically said, "No, this is what happened to him." And maybe he was, he was apparently, at least according to him, in the custody of the Ukraine's security services, which is kind of like our CIA, I guess. The Security Service of Ukraine, also known as the SBU, is their law enforcement kind of authority and main intelligence and security agency. So it's probably like our CIA/FBI type of thing. They have a special forces group, and they have all sorts of stuff. So Gonzalo appeared this morning. I guess I don't know exactly when this was published. They used to make it easier to see. I think YouTube started hiding that now because they don't want people to know if a video is new or old, because they like to push those like super old videos on you on your homepage all the time. He does interviews on the channel, the Durin, I assume, with Alex. Alex, what is this? Christobrow? I can't see it through the thing. No disrespect. I can't see it through the stupid play mode thing. Gonzalo looks Hagrid, but less Hagrid in this screenshot. Essentially, he says that. Well, I'll let you show. Yeah.
Gonzalo, I'll give you 5 minutes.
Lira.
Yeah, let me put you on.
Lira. It's what is it? Friday, April 20th. Friday already. Yeah, a week. April 22nd, 2022. I'm in Kharkov. I'm okay. I just want to say that I'm back online, and I'm here with Alex Christoforou. And
there you go, Christoforou.
I just want to say that I'm fine physically. I'm a little rattled. I was picked up by the SBU on Friday, April 15th at a little after 1 p.m. local time. I'm okay physically. I'm a little rattled. There seems to have been like a lot of interest in my case, which is wonderful. Thank you. But there are a lot of other people who are frankly more deserving of the attention. I've highlighted.
Do I think he would lie about getting picked up by the SBU? No. There are a lot of things that people lie about. I don't think he's lying about that, especially because of some of the things he says. And by the way, the whole video is only like 3 minutes long. So some of the other things he says, it seems like he didn't just like disappear from the internet to build hype around his name. I don't think that was his plan, because he didn't really embellish anything. He didn't say, "Oh yeah, under cover of night, I was swept away with a hood over my head," and he didn't say any of that. He just says, "I got picked up," and later he says, I literally can't say it. They took his phone, they took his laptop, they took all of his internet accounts, it looks like.
Them in my Twitter feed, the real Gonzalo Lira. Those people matter more, because we don't know where some of them are. Some of them have passed away, but some of them were killed. But the other ones, we don't know where they are, and so they matter more. I'm okay. I don't have my computer, and I don't have my phone, and so anything that was published or posted on the Gonzalo Lira YouTube channel, the Coach Red Pill YouTube channel, the real Gonzalo Lira Twitter feed, and the real CRP Telegram feed after April 15th, just discount it, because it was not me. I did not have access to those accounts, and I still don't, for that matter. And I don't have my cell phone or access to my email accounts. I created a new one, and that's how I got in touch with Alex.
So it looks like that Twitter account yesterday that looked like it was fake was actually real.
I've been in touch with, of course, I reached out to my family members, the people close to me, and you know, I'm telling them that I'm okay. In some cases, I'm waiting for their reply because it's 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning over there. I'm okay. Physically, I'm okay. Um, I I don't have anything that I can say publicly other than I'm okay. And thank you for the concern, because I've been like checking out on internet some of the stuff that is being said about me, and I appreciate so much the kind wishes and the all the thoughtfulness of so many people, and I very much appreciate it. Um, but I'm still in Kharkov, and for the time being, I cannot leave. Um, the authority here has told me that I cannot leave the city, and yeah, and but I'm okay, and none the worse for wear, and I'm rambling, and I'm sorry about that.
That's basically the end of it. So essentially, if he was picked up by them, which again I'm choosing to believe, you cannot believe it, or you know, they clearly probably put the fear of God into him. Whether or not he was spreading the opposing person's talking points, I'm not going to speak to that. But obviously the SBU believed that was the case. They probably said, like, they probably knew he was high profile enough that they couldn't just put him in some unmarked grave somewhere. But they probably said, listen, brother, like, you're not getting access to your social media. You're handing over all of that stuff to us if you ever want to see the light of day again. And here's what you can say. You can, you know, you can go back online and let everyone know you're okay, because that's good for them. There definitely was the where is the Gonzalo stuff building steam. But they're like, they probably said, look, you can say you're okay. You can't talk about what we did. You can't talk about, you know, what we took or whatever. He has said, look, the stuff, you know, I don't have access to this stuff. I assume that means he gave them their password and then they changed it or something, so he doesn't have access in that manner. I can't imagine Google and Twitter and stuff like that would do that. The accounts are still live on the internet. So, well, he's alive. I don't think, by the way, if he was spreading, even if he was spreading propaganda, I would not have wanted him to be, you know, not alive. And if you believe he's a brave reporter telling the truth on the ground, I would not have wanted him to be unalived either. And that's the extent of my position on it. Yeah, I'm thinking a lot more about anonymity myself. So make sure you get yourself a VPN today, and be thinking about other stuff in your life, you know, especially if you're going to have, you know, I just think I don't want corporations knowing where I'm at and what's going on with my data either. So I'm happy to report that he is alive. However that makes you feel, hopefully we can just agree that, like, hey, look, the dude, you know, didn't deserve to lose his life for having an opinion. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.